Welcome friends from Alabama. Sign up for more Bama news. John Harbaugh gives incredible recruiting pitch for Alabama. Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh has a fondness for players who are produced by Nick Saban at the University of Alabama. Harbaugh is constantly looking to build his Baltimore Ravens team with the talented players that came to prominence under Saban's leadership at Alabama. Markin Abinet of AL.com highlighted a connection between Alabama and Baltimore that we may not have known about. Since 2007, Saban has been the captain at Tuscaloosa, while Harbaugh took over at Baltimore in 2008. In the past 16 NFL drafts, the Baltimore Ravens have selected 8 players who previously played for Alabama, putting them tied with the New England Patriots and the Washington Commanders in that regard. Harbaugh deeply values the iron sharpens iron motto that made this Iron Bowl participants' workouts both legendary and inspiring. I think you get a bunch of guys that know how to practice. They know how to compete in practice every single day. I have to think at Alabama, practice is probably tougher than most of the games. Every single day, you're fighting for your position. At our level, that's good. It's good to have guys that know how to work hard and football's important to them. Harbaugh is fully aware of the Crimson Tide legacy of former Ravens general manager Ozzie Newsome. Newsome had previously served in the front office of the Cleveland Browns, where he had the opportunity to witness Nick Saban's tenure as Bill Belichick's defensive coordinator in the early 1990s. Ozzie'll take a lot of credit for it, for sure. Heck, yeah, it's Ozzie. But we've always had great success with those guys. Maybe it's because Ozzie knows those guys so well. I think Nick, Saban, and Ozzie are very close. They talk a lot. I think Ozzie's kind of an advisor and confidant for Nick, and the same thing the other way. Let's also not overlook how impactful former Crimson Tide players have been in Baltimore uniform, highlighted most triumphantly of late by defensive back superstar Marlon Humphrey. But we always feel like we know those guys really well, and we've never been steered in the wrong way. Alabama guys, they like to work, they like to compete. Marlon Humphrey's one of the best ever, but he's not the only one. We've had so many great players from there. I love those guys. While Georgia has done as good of a job as anyone of replicating Alabama's blueprint, not all former Crimson Tide stars become them in the NFL. A lot of this has to do with Saban getting as much of the juice squeezed out of his players as humanly possible before turning pro. Humphrey, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Derrick Henry and Julio Jones bucked the trend, but many guys are also rans. After all, will we see more new talents standing out in the NFL? Comment your opinion. Who do you believe has a lot of potential?